Hello, 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 hello. My name is Chris Farrell. Welcome to my channel where on this Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, me and this huge jug of water and you all are going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. Honey, it's season 5. This is episode 2, I think. I think it's season 5. Tell me if I'm wrong. You always do. I'm so excited to be here with people already in the room. Look at Ramsterdam, honey. It's not like 3 a.m. where she is. Hopefully. Is it? What time are you there? I don't know. What's happening in Holland? You tell me. Look at that Bahati. S London. Yes, I'm getting my tea and cookies ready, honey. I'll bring the tea, you bring the cookies. Lupe's here. Renee's here. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hi, Summer of Dragonfly. Yes, Penelope. All the things are happening, okay? Everyone's here. Hi, baby. Baby booze. Okay, 22:30. That means 10:30 p.m. Not too late. Okay. Well, I mean, depending on you, but it's not like 2 a.m. So, or, God bless. So, it is season 5, right? What a episode. It was a traveling episode. It was a getting from one destination to the other, mostly the foreign ones. It was what a lot of Americans are doing right now, which is traveling. Not just Americans, people are traveling. Omicron, whatever, is rampant. I got a booster, so I feel good about it. I also got a flu shot, so just really, really here for it. If you follow my life, and thank you so much, I did have a holiday party on Sunday, and it was so good. It was really lovely to see everyone, and everyone was so nice and brought so many gifts, and I just got to make merry and sort of fill this house with a lot of Christmas cheer, and that made me happy, and it was nice to see people. I know it made my dad really happy, and some special guests came, and it was perfect. So that was awesome. And just like a production, when I'm an actress in a theater, the day after, I'm dead, just dead. So because truly it does take a lot out, just to be up and just talking and just here and there and then hi, who, it's just a lot. So, and I stayed up late and I had to clean. So yesterday I couldn't do anything. I mean, I really just laid in bed and just had to decompress and recenter my nervous system, which, I guess something I realize as a highly sensitive person has to happen, or it's hard for me. So, but anyway, we did it. Mr. T.L. Snow, I passed my entrance exam and got into second round for the job I'm applying to. Hi. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Congratulations. Penelope, in Montreal, we had 4,500 cases yesterday. One step forward, 20 back, never ending. I know. I agree. And then Ramsterdam saying, this 90-day season is a bit of a freak show, so nothing changed really. I agree, but they're all new people, and that's why I'm into it. So we're going to get in. Thank you so much for being here. I have notes. If you haven't yet, please like this video. That would be really awesome. If you haven't yet, please thumbs it up. I wish there was a Christmas version of thumbs it up, jingle bells, please thumbs up this video. It's really important for my algorithm, and I really appreciate it. So thumbs it up if you want to give me a little free gift under my tree. Thumbs up this video for me. You guys, I mean, are you just it's like having Adele just talk to us about 90 Day Fiancé, an improv Adele. So God bless. But no, I do appreciate it. So who to talk about first? I can't start with Gino and Jasmine, or Gringo Bonito and Jasmine. I have to get into it. What a world. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with Kim and Usman, or Memphis and Hamza. So that's what it's going to be. And let's see. It seems like, sorry, I'm going to start with Hamza. I'm sorry, Usman and Kim. So it's just like a very different, well, it's like we're kind of like a different Usman than when we first met Usman, except that he already was saying that he was famous back then, and now he's just even however more famous now. And it's such an interesting thing because, he's, I would love to know, feet on the ground, how many of his fans there know that he's on the show and are fans of him or know of him because of the show, or how many fans of him in his locale are fans because of his music and just him going to clubs. Like, because I just want to know, are all those fans, and if they're women, like specifically just completely shocked that he's also on an American reality show where specifically he dates much older white women? Or do they know about 90 Day Fiancé and it's like, oh my God, we know him. He's really close to us. And then like they go to clubs and it's like, he's great. And they're like, why is he? Or we get it because he wants this to be famous. Like that is like the question I need answered. And if you can answer it for me in any way, like, I don't know, you have to know someone with feet on the ground, like I just need to know. So, so yeah, as I said, this is the traveling episode, and Kim, baby girl Kim, is on the way to Tanzania, right? So, yeah, like she's going to Tanzania, and this is like kind of like, there's the rub. She's going to Tanzania to meet up with Usman while he's filming a video. That's for some reason a good idea. Also, this show is called 90 Day Fiancé. Now, granted, yes, 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. So I guess the before the 90 days is a real vague, like, add-on that really can, like, take down the stakes of fiancé to potential girlfriend. Because I'm a little like, this is, I mean, in a way, am I not like most people's potential? I mean, not most people. I mean, like I'm a potential girlfriend for a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Potential girlfriend, not even girlfriend. You've never met, and you don't, I don't know. I feel like he's trying to make it seem like there's a possibility with her just to be on the show and just to show off like his video making and stuff. And I wonder, okay, so then let me go back. So I wanted to start with Kim, but the Usman situation is interesting because we also learned that Usman not just had been talking to Kim, but also talked to this other lady from America. And of course, her name is Zara. And he was real into Zara. Like, it doesn't seem like she was his potential girlfriend. Like, Zara was like, he loved Zara. Wrote a song about her, like, even though also it's a great store, so. I wonder if he was like, maybe Zara, this clothing store, will use my song in an ad. I mean, listen, if I was any of those guys that are on Usman's team, honey, and here are some other questions involving them, but first saying, if I was on them, I would try and get Zara as a contract. Also, are those men getting paid? All those men that like make all the decisions for Usman, Soulja Boy's posse team, management team, are they all getting paid? Is everyone getting paid? Is the record label paying for this like trip in Tanzania? How famous is he? Because, like as I, say here, this man, is this true? Is he an international superstar and king of Africa? Is he just very, very just famous? It's all very famous and his life is very difficult. And yet he only meets women on social media. Just like DM him. So anyway, yes, Zara was this hot, like younger, definitely like person of color or black lady who was hot as hell. American that he was talking to that for some reason, well, he says that she just couldn't deal with like his female fans. Like he just feels like his female fans are just like ruining all his relationships. Like he needs someone who's like not jelly. I don't understand if it's just that female fans are like leaving kiss mark comments, that's not a big deal, and like any woman should get over that. Is he just like answering boob pics with dick pics and then being like, she doesn't understand my female fans, which that's rude. So unfortunately, Zara and him are no longer together, but I really wish I had seen Zara, but he wrote this song and is filming the video, as we know, and for some reason, Kim is just coming out, and no one on his team gets why, and we don't get why, and he doesn't even understand why, because she's not even his girlfriend, his potential girlfriend, but we're watching it, okay? So really dipping their hand down into what's left in the crevices of Usman and just like getting like a story. But she's a character, Kim, with her loyalty. So Kim is excited to go experience, a new culture, the taste with the man of her dreams. And it just feels like, I don't get it. Is she just like, is she just like, I want a tour guide, a famous tour guide, and Usman's hot. I'm going to DM him. And then he wrote back. And then she's like, I get to go experience the world with this. I don't understand the mindset of it. It's so otherworldly. I can't wrap my mind around it to be true. So I'm over Kim because we then get a conversation with her mom where she cries again. She's been crying to her friends, been crying to mom. Like, she's insane. This baby girl, Kim, honey, like, she shouldn't do it. Like, and I'm kind of having also like a turn. I also have turned my heart a little bit off for Memphis, and I'll tell you why too, because it's just difficult watching women make unfortunate choices, right? I'm breathing through me talking about this with you. It's just hard. It's hard to watch women make unfortunate choices when there are other things on the line. And it's hard for different reasons for both of those women, which I will talk about. With Kim, she's lived a life, honey. She has like children, honey. She has a hot ass son, honey. She has like a mom, honey. Like, she's watched the show. What is she expecting? Or is she just like, I'm going to become a reality star and I'll go along with this storyline? Is this person just like, I want to be a reality star now? Was living this life with her mom and just got chosen? Was like, well, my first goal of becoming Mickey Jackson's wife, Mikey, sorry. I don't know what she calls him. I wanted to be Mikey Jackson's wife, but unfortunately, Mikey Jackson died. Me and Mikey. Next best thing is become a reality star's wife. And I'll pick Usman. I love you guys so much. So she cries again to her mom. That's upsetting to me. And she gets off the plane. I think she has 2 flights and then one to Tanzania. She goes to the plane in Ethiopia, I think. She's like, says something that's like, she says 2 things completely unnecessary. And obviously, we already know them, which is that she has never been to Africa and it was a long flight, which is why am I picking up on this? But I was just like, girl, obviously. Okay. So we go to Usman, like, see what's happening with him. We check in, honey, has like a bunch of posses. They're all making decisions for him. Like I said, I don't know who's on a payroll, how they're any getting them paid. They're all just like, this girl, Kim, why is she coming? And he's just like, because that's how the cameras are rolling. That's why. Whatever. So he maintains that she's great, that she's not going to be jealous, and that, like, she's real loyal, like that loyalty, like, it feels like Usman wants a harem of women and wants to fulfill different roles. And one role is to be ridiculous enough to be on a reality show so that he has fame from that one. And he only just wants to like bone everyone and have lots of freedom in his life. So he requires someone who has a lot of loyalty and doesn't get jealous, which just means that he gets to do whatever he wants. They're loyal to him and he does whatever he wants. Right? So anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with that one. No, it seems ill-prepared, and it seems like not really great, but at the same time, it seems like it'll be joyous for us to watch in some way. And I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like with Kim and Usman when they finally meet up, and if he shows sexual interest that's palpable enough. Because I think that there's two types of people. There's the people that, or I think of women, there's women that get turned on by someone that they're turned on, showing, interest in them. Obviously if they're not turned on by them, someone showing them interest and having it be palpable, it can be scary. But if you're into someone and they show interest, that's great. And if it's palpable, even better if you care about that kind of stuff. But then there's some women who don't need to feel, and this is only against cisgender heterosexual, because I can only speak of that, a man's want of them. They can kind of just show up. And either because they are incredibly confident or incredibly insecure. Probably the second part, but then there's an overconfidence to it. I don't understand that. That part feels very foreign to me. We shall just see, honey, what happens with that situation. I want to go on to Memphis and Hamza because I already brought them up. But it's very interesting because I really, really, really like Memphis in the first episode. And I felt I felt a kinship for her. I thought I had a picture for her, and obviously I don't. And there are parts of Memphis that are just great. First of all, I think Memphis is really pretty. And I think Memphis is really smart for having gone through like nurse school and being a nurse practitioner, and like having done so like with 2 kids and whatever situation she had with her ex-husband / baby daddy. And she obviously, God bless, came from an intensely unstable childhood with a mom who was addicted to drugs and lives in a state of denial of what that did for her childhood, as well as, like having moved from foster home to foster home or whatever. And it's like, I mean, I can't imagine that. And there's a lot of, I know, stories of instability in childhood, and I can understand some parts of that and how it manifests itself into the adult and the adult relationships. Well, you can see it, of course, and they talked about it or whatever. Her need for security and stability is why she's so into his good morning texts. It's this person's not going to leave me. This person's here for me. This person, I'm not alone. The fear of abandonment, like all of those. And I had talked about it in the first live. I understand it also as like kind of like this Instagram psychological babble of like attachment, like your the way anxious attachment disorder, as opposed to like avoidant attachment, someone who anxiously gets attached. You want to have that, whatever, just like that check-in, but obviously it happens to an obsessive degree in the validation that person is into you and not leaving you. So, but what is unfortunate for Memphis, and what is hard to, I guess, it's hard to like remedy, is that she has 2 kids, right? And they're like super cool. And it's always really just hard to deal with when 90-day people are making really bad decisions about who they're going to be with, and suddenly start saying without meeting them that their boyfriends and girlfriends are going to be mothers and fathers for their kids based upon a nothing relationship and just a deep, deep fantasy, delusional denial fantasy. And that part seems like, oh my God, please don't do that to your kids. What we need to say is, which, is easier said, but we can agree. because Memphis, honey, had a lot of hard times that she overcame immensely, does not mean that we don't need to take time to work on our inner self. Because I feel like in order to like ascertain the heights that she has, she, I'm sure, had to compartmentalize how she was feeling to pull herself into school every day, to get her kids fed, make kids lunch, dinners, make their beds. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like, I guess, whatever, I don't know her, but I'm like, to do that, to get that work done, it requires like a certain amount of like, obviously, mental strength, discipline, and I guess compartmentalization of pushing down things to get through like survival mode. So now that that person has got to a place, they're like, oh great, I get to have what I truly want, which is a relationship. It'll fix everything, but 100% it won't. And what you absolutely have to do is a deep dive into your personal work of how you're going to get over your childhood and what the hell happened to you. You're going to have to reparent yourself. You've parented your kids. You've gotten your kids to a safe place, but you absolutely have to reparent yourself and get yourself back. And you, in the like what she's doing, the projecting she's doing on a Hamza, and what his like very minuscule, awkward, trivial, superficial text of good morning and sexy time has given her isn't good enough for her kids, and definitely not good enough to hang any sort of like parental title on him. And so like, you can't do that to your kids. I mean, just like your mom should not have done what, and listen, I'm not saying what you're doing to your kids is like, God bless what your mom did to you, but just like your mom can and should not have done to you what had happened. Please, please, please do the inner work on yourself so you make good choices for your kids. Because even if you're not addicted to drugs, and oh my God, I'm so happy you're not, and I'm not saying you aren't, there are cycles of wants and needs that are not met that we then project onto our kids. And you have those needs, and they cannot be remedied by your kids, and they cannot be remedied truly by a lover. Now, I am not saying that you cannot find a lover who's incredibly sensitive and intuitive and understanding of those needs, who doesn't see the beautiful soul that you are, damaged like we are, scarred in some way, who doesn't, this is going to sound so fucking whatever, who doesn't understand and like somewhat kiss or worship those scars, or someone who doesn't try and fill those but can't. But it's like what you need, because you have the kids too, my love, and God bless, you have a mom who isn't going to help you in any sort of way, is to be able, because you are strong enough to do this work now on yourself. And don't be dating. Don't be dating. Can't be dating. I mean, Hamza's not it, honey. Ugh. You know, like, wash your hands of Hamza. I mean, come on. I don't feel, I feel this way, and I'm not alone. So we meet Ingrid, who is Memphis's sister, is a foster sister in one of the homes that Memphis lived in, one of her favorite homes. Okay, and Ingrid and Memphis had like what looks like a really good relationship. I really, really like Ingrid. Memphis goes to Ingrid's house. She's like, I'm about to, go. God bless. And to Hamza's, Tunisia. And she's like, before I leave, like, I'm hungry. A, B, what I can't get there, bacon. And I mean, what is a good sister if not someone who's like, I got bacon. Sit down. Honey, breakfast anytime. I mean, bacon, toast, jam. Ingrid, like, I love Ingrid. Ingrid knows, obviously, that Memphis should not go. It's so hard to watch. So a weird moment happens when they're talking, where Ingrid like presses Memphis to be like, so are you gonna like, does Hamza know about like your ex? And she's like, no, he hasn't known about anything. No. But yes, he knows that, like, my ex is my baby daddy. But what then is like somewhat, oops, sorry, I moved my leg and then this thing down. What is like revealed awkwardly and vaguely is that even though after they divorced or whatnot, she, like, and she started dating Hamza, there were some nights, and this is what she said. She spent some nights with him, not intimately, but just for emotional support. Okay. I mean, I literally don't know what you mean. Let's break it down what that means. Are you saying that 2 or 3 nights in a row you guys cuddled together? He put his arm around you, big spoon, little spoon? He laid on you like a gravity blanket? Did you make out, but you didn't have sex, but the makeout was emotional? And you count that as emotional support? Or did you like have sex, but you're saying it wasn't like intimate and romantic, but you like did? And then guess what? If you don't want him to know, then it should have never been brought up on the show. The fact that this moment happens means this was a plot point that has to be brought up on the show. If she just like hugged for a long time her ex, why would we have to know about it? Because 100% Hamza like has been like doing other things. Absolutely. Hamza's had some other sexy time. I just know it. I just like know it in my bones. I know it. Oh, Jojo baby, Katya. I'm good. Thanks for being here. Love your recaps. Thank you so much, Jojo baby. Maybe just soaking. Remember, Steven with a V says it doesn't count. In my mind, okay. I like to be held by, you just like to be held. I could understand a situation where you were married to someone for a long time or have experienced physical intimacy with someone, and something happens to you that requires just being held and someone hold you. Does that make sense? I can use the word cuddle in that way, where like you don't, I don't know, like tongues don't happen. I don't know, maybe that person maybe gives you like a forehead something, but it doesn't feel sexual. It feels, well, you know what? It does feel intimate. That would feel intimate to me. But it's not sexual intimacy, it's emotionally intimate. And I don't necessarily feel like she would have to tell him for that. Oh my God, look who's here. Wa's here, Hi at work. She's watching. She's here. I'm glad you're here, Wa, because I'm going to transition to someone who I want to talk about specifically because I thought about you a lot, okay? So that's what I have about Memphis and Hamza. Like, what did she do with her ex? Like, what was those nights? And the fact that, yeah, obviously we're going to talk about it because you brought it up. So the fact that she was like, he doesn't have to know anything. It's like, well, honey, the producers know. And so now he's going to know, So besides that, Ingrid just like takes her, to the airport like a very good sister and with a tummy full of bacon, honey, and sends her on. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, if Wa is here, Mike and Hamina. Mike, cool. I love it so much. I'm just kidding. Whatever. Mike and Hamina. So Mike lives with his dad and his grandpa, and his grandpa, needs some help, and his dad doesn't look like he also doesn't need help, and he has 2 brothers, or maybe like a brother and a sister, and they have families, and so it's Mike living with them. Mike is a nerdy nerd, putter together of things, tech geek, also volunteer firefighter. And I really liked Mike. I was like, oh, poor Mike. I like Mike. What's what's Mike's thing? Like, why is Mike not someone who's like been able to like kind of get in his sexual groove? When Mike is with his brother looks like a different person completely. Where I'm like, okay, so it was like, Mike's like genetically like a little diff, maybe a little tiny bit diff, but like not enough. The only thing about Mike that is questionable to me, because he does put things together so smartly, he obviously has like a really smart brain, is why on earth he would make pancakes that tiny. I mean, that thin. He made, well, anyway, we'll go into it. He lives with his, as I said, his grandfather and his dad, and 3 dudes that are kind of like Grey Gardens together. I know I use that reference a lot, but you know what I'm saying? Living together and probably like different stages of mental incapacitation, and also relying on each other in such a way that is prohibiting probably the growth of Mike in one way or another. Not that it's like everything, but come on. He speaks of this too. They're very into like where he is at all times and why he would leave when he's a young guy who wants, to start a family, because like I said, his brothers do have that. So one of his brothers also is a volunteer firefighter. We'll get into that. But honey, is making pancakes for his dad and his grandfather in the morning, and which is very nice, honey. But these pancakes are tortillas. They're tortillas. I mean, they're tortillas. They don't even look like crepes, which would be great. I couldn't. I'm dead over this. He looks a little bit like a Lego character. Oh my God, he does. No, he does a little bit, but I think he's kind of adorable. And I think that I was watching him and being like, he'd be such a good boyfriend. I kind of was like, and this is where I kind of want Wa's opinion. I was like, I wonder if Wa would like him. I think she's going to be like upset. I'm not saying Wa would like him. I wonder if Wa would think he's attractive. Or if Wa would go on a date with him. Because the other thing I thought of is his eyes are a little, God bless. And Wa's are so beautifully like, And so if they ever had a kid together, it'd be like, she's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. I mean, she's going to murder me. God bless. I'm not saying that she should be with him, but I just wanted her opinion of him. Okay, so plus she would be like, can you put a little more batter in that pan? I mean, no, there's gotta be like a thicker pancake. But yeah, he hasn't had a relationship in 20 years. He did have a 1-year relationship in high school. I can't quite tell why he's been like, if he's just super scared of women, or maybe like he's watched too much porn. I don't really understand exactly what it is. Amsterdam's on a mission, honey. Did I miss this part? You're all saying that he passes gas? I missed that completely. I watched the whole thing. So we meet Hamina, and Hamina is Mike. So Mike was like on a dating site and then just like went to like, like a different country and just like pretend he was there, and then but he can't speak Spanish, and then Hamina was like and him clicked or whatever, but she doesn't speak a lick of English and he speaks barely any Spanish, and hee hoo hoo hoo. And Hamina looks, he's like showing us pictures of Hamina, and she looks different all the time because she has oh, okay. Thank you for this, because I was like, I don't understand where that is. That happens in the previews? Okay. Oh my God, I'm dead. Okay. We really got to that part. Okay, so so the pictures of Hamina are the filters that she used makes it very hard to like see what she looks like, because a lot of those pictures are like filtered, and the ones are like making her eyes look crazy. Like, I hate filters. I'm so over filters. I cannot stand them. Like, I can't look at them anymore. Like, and listen, I'm not saying that I didn't use them in the past. Like, we've been on a roller coaster, us, the whole culture, especially the social media culture, of like dealing with these filters and how people like use them and how celebrities use them and how everyone, feels like suddenly they look like their face or don't look like their face. We don't understand what faces look like. And people think that we don't know. And like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can't stand it. I crave authenticity. Like, it's very distracting. So having said all of that, Hamina's like pictures are just like, sometimes her eyes are like, sometimes she's like, I can't tell, I'm like, what do you look like? I truly don't know. So we get this scene with Mike's brother Steven, and I mean, yeah, like what was their mom doing? Mike is older than Steven and acts younger for sure. They look like completely different people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't, unless and there's just like some slight genetic modifications were happening between one of them that I just don't know. I don't know how to say it other than that. But like those are two different people. I mean, from two different somethings, right? I also didn't realize that Mike was short. Mike's short. Well, I mean, shorter, Um, having said all of that, I feel like I want the best for Mike. And I don't think this Hamina situation is going to be good. And I think that he maybe just like needs to go to like a dating coach who will tell him to like stop farting and how to act, I guess, a little more secure. Um, okay, so we have Caleb and Alina. I'm looking at my notes, and Gino and Jasmine. Yeah, it's just I'm looking at my notes. Okay, Caleb and Alina. Well, the star of Caleb and Alina is, I want to say this. Oh, I forgot about Mike. So let me say this. I'm so sorry. Mike goes to a toy shop, brings his friend and his friend's girlfriend. And I love both those people very much. And this woman, Kathleen, looks completely different. When we first meet Kathleen, Kathleen has glasses upon glasses. And she works in the toy shop. And he's like, I want to bring Hamina some gifts because they have two boys. And Mike's friend's like, well, what's your budget? And he's like, 150. Like, oh, God bless. Okay, honey, he's coming with them big guns. And by those big guns, like Nerf guns. So he goes to the toy shop. And again, we meet that woman. And what a character. I mean, it's like does the producers look up places and then in the Yelp reviews, look up like crazy salesperson or like character, and then just like that one's like, look at this, because like how do you find a person that's like wearing a knit cap, glasses, like, just like, what? We're going to where? Okay, well, there's none of those toys there, so she should be happy. And then later on is like, I wouldn't do it, but it's remarkable. Um, so Caleb and Alina. I don't know what to tell you about the Caleb and Alina thing. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't like it. I don't have good feelings about it. I just feel like they're on completely different pages. And that part is hard. Alina seems to be coming at this with like her whole heart, because in my mind, I understand this because she's been talking to him and known him for so long. So it's hard because I think as females, we're like, you really must care about me. You've been talking to me, you've known me for so long. We've talked about our wants and fears and stuff. Like, you must care about me and know me and understand my struggles in such a way, like I do you. And yet, Caleb's demeanor is, well, let's go try this out. I'm open-minded. I'm going to bring condoms. And you're like, oh my God, please, Alina, get this guy, honey, go take her back quick, honey, you're right. She is a fierce bitch, and take her back, honey, save her. What an amazing, God bless. By the way, some other person tweeted this picture, I forgot who it was, but it wasn't me, and look at this necklace, bitch. Was like, oh, is this Alina's brother from like our first Alina that went to Turkey, because they're very similar, or is this like the ghost of Alina being like, don't do it, haha, to the other Alina, God bless. So, not that she's dead, you know what I'm saying? Those eyes are similar. So Alina is like, yeah, I need help, and her BFF is like, I'm gonna go with you. And he is like de facto concierge, and just like rolling her the suitcases, honey. I mean, unpacks, packs, unpacks, steams clothes. I mean, can I hire you? I mean, that's great. I love Alina. And so, okay, so we'll break some things down. So we meet Caleb's parents, and Caleb's parents are interesting. Caleb's dad is, like an off-duty Santa. With some real white hair, like, I'm just saying, okay, real white hair. And the mom, I never saw that face for some reason. Like, it was just like her hat or whatever. I just couldn't for some reason like see like what her face looked like. I don't know. And they've been up and down and seen Caleb and his antics. Okay, so Caleb comes over and they're just like, our son, honey, we can't deal with this one. And Caleb himself is just like, has a vibe that I will say, it's interesting, also reads very pansexual to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the trash is here. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go like traveling, just gonna go see what it's like, and she's a nice person. I met this girl named Alina. Not like I've been talking to her for like 49 years, but she's a little person, so I can think I'm gonna say about her little person. And then the parents are like, a what? He's like a little person, she has dwarfism. They're like, oh, well, what does that mean for you? Like, it's like, I'm not saying everyone has to have ideal reactions, but theirs wasn't. They're like, how tall is she? You can tell that he does not know one thing about anything. He's like 3 feet, maybe? I don't really know about her. So, his parents and his dad like tries to say whatever he can about the situation. Like, well, what's gonna happen if you have kids? Well, I don't know. We'll deal with it. And like, then the dad is talking in the confessional. He says whatever the dad says, like, and the mom literally goes, I mean, she bites her tongue, honey, that it's bleeding. I mean, like, she bit half her tongue off, honey. Like, she bit her tongue. Her mouth is filling full of blood. It's about to like go out like some sort of vampire. I mean, I have to tell you, she's like, it's so weird. And then we get another scene with Caleb, and Caleb's like Friend. Now, okay, this is where Wah texted me something about Caleb's friend, and I didn't watch it yet. So what did Wah say? Wah said Caleb's friend is, oh yeah, not, she doesn't think there's like, oh, okay. Caleb, okay. So she found Caleb's friend not attractive, so much so that she was surprised. She was shocked by it. I wouldn't say that Caleb's friend was shockingly unattractive, more so in comparison to like Caleb. You know, I felt they're both on a very similar dude bro vibe. I mean, yeah, you know. So that's how I've issued mad at me. Was that a private text? Well, you would talk about this show. You didn't. I just didn't seem that you would have. It's, you know, I think that if I'll give you one, like Caleb's mom is more shockingly shocked. Shockingly, what is that woman's face was crazy. Oh Lord, she's mad. I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry, Wah. I'm sorry. It's just it's a funny comment. You know, yeah, because I was just like, oh, really? Over all the other people? All the other people to be like shocked? Okay, you know, I love you. She's not mad. You know, so I'll be honest, like, because now I feel bad. I mean, I'll just like tell you other people I was shocked about their unattractiveness. Mike's friend that is married to that hot Puerto Rican. Oh, I forgot to talk about it. So Mike's friend, right, is married. Both of them are awesome. The Mike's friend and Mike's friend's wife, and Mike's friend's wife is like J-Lo fly girl. You know, like if J-Lo like didn't, you know, J-Lo just was like stayed honey in the Bronx. Like she stayed in the six, honey, and like she, you know, maybe like didn't dance as much. But oh my God, I loved her. Oh my God. The friend too, that it was her husband, is not attractive, especially for how hot J-Lo was, right? J-Lo was hot. And then I was like, oh, that guy's like shockingly unattractive. To me, that man was shockingly unattractive. But having said that, his personality was clutch. And the fact that he bagged hot J-Lo, I get it. The mom, I can't even. Oh, I mean, like the first scene. I mean, yeah, and then the dad. I mean, then those people made Caleb off-duty Santa, and Caleb's mom made Caleb. I mean, I'm not saying Caleb's hot, but everyone looks so crazy, different looking. He's giving me narcissism vibes the way he's constantly taking his shirt off and fake voice. Absolutely. The fake voice, shirt off. Yes. The fake voice is intense. So I talked about it at first. I was like, is he an actor? Because I was like, has he done repertory regional theater? His fake voice is on point. Like, I'm not, like, makes me want to do it. Like, it's just his articulation is so mindful that when I did this before, it's just like, what is your veneer? Why are you mindful every moment of your veneer? Having such elocution, sometimes it's like, why are you being very mindful in every moment of how you're coming off? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, and I try and be mindful of how I come off, but it's very obvious when I drop it, as you know. So I don't want Alina with him at all. So I'm glad her roommate's coming. As you're saying, I hate that he just feels like this is his like vibe. His vibe is, I'm just gonna try this girl on for size. I don't know what size she is. And she's like, he's known me for so long. He cares about me so much. He cares about me and knows me so well, Alina, that I'm going to allow this person who I've never met in real life to pick the hotel and just blindly not look it up and not make sure that it has accessibility needs. Okay. Alina, no. I want this world to be accessible and to all. You know, I want this world to be accessible to all. I want people in wheelchairs to be able to get around with ease and comfort, and so that their lives are unencumbered by things that should not be difficult. like movement around buildings and such. Of course, there are older buildings that can't have elevators, or the elevators are too small and stuff like that. So, there's a balance in this world. Alina, it's indicative that you aren't being as protective of yourself in this moment as you should be, and that you are putting your heart on the sleeve in this moment, because you should not assume that he will understand all of your needs when he has not given you a concrete reason by having met you and showed you that he understands your needs. Because I love you, Alina. We all have needs that we want fulfilled, and we all cannot assume that someone who we have not met can fulfill them or understands them or knows them yet. We would like to assume that people's understanding and consideration, has us in mind. But it's a lesson, right? It's a lesson. So she goes to the show. So anyway, I'm jumping ahead. She travels, right? It's her day of traveling, right? And thank God she has her friend, Honey, and she travels, and she gets to the hotel, and she's going to get there before then Caleb's going to come like the next day or whatever. Okay. So she's packed what looks like also like a lot of like silk lacy numbers. Like one is like this like silk lacy like champagne like drawstring dress. Oh my God, it looks awesome. And thank God they have but at the same time, like I will get into like when they start to unpack, Honey and that friend of hers has to like get this, wrinkles out of her outfits. Like I don't understand why he's using an iron. Everyone here needs a steamer. Get a travel steamer. If you don't have a travel steamer and you travel, I'm telling you, what a gift. What a great gift for yourself, for anyone on your list. Do it now. The holidays, you still have some time to get a travel steamer. And I would get one for Alina. So she gets in the hotel. The hotel has no elevator, and she's on the second floor, and it seems like one of those things where there's like stairs to go up and then starts like the first level and then the second. So what I'm trying to say is like there's probably 3 levels of stairs to get to her floor. And it is not a hotel that has like any accessibility in mind for individuals who need wheelchairs. And I feel like it speaks volumes to both people. It speaks volumes that truly Caleb is not on the same page at all with Alina's needs. And it speaks volumes that Alina overassumes Caleb's understanding and consideration for her. And in this very moment, we get it, and I don't know. So he chose the cheapest, most random hotel. He doesn't care. This person, listen, my loves, he is just running in black jeans in the middle of the Arizona desert amongst cacti. I don't know why anyone would think that he would have the sophistication to pick a grand hotel. And at the same time, I'm saying, yes, of course, he should have just at least on TripAdvisor checked a box that said accessible, of course. But I will say this, when they get in the room, it does look like a big room. It doesn't look like, she doesn't like the decor of it, but I don't know what the decor of like most turkey rooms are. It's a huge, tall bed. Yeah, I don't know about that either, So by that, I mean, obviously indicative that that's another reason why like nothing was like thought of her in that way. But I really also like need her to have done a little research too. I wanted her to be a little more protective of herself. She needs to be a little more protective of herself. I wouldn't want any woman to accept an invitation from a man to go to a place without having done basic research about where you're going and what hotel you're staying at, where it is, what the living arrangements are, what it is. Why? That's basically across the board it. And then, my God, if you have some things that would make your life a lot easier, being able to speak up for yourself by being like, you know what, I would feel really more comfortable. I need to feel comfortable to be able to like move around, and I want X, Y, or Z available to me. And I mean, I don't know if that conversation was had. I don't know if it was just a situation where like she expected him to know. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have known. Yes, it would have been great if he was like, I'm going to pick a really great hotel that I'm going to make sure that it has accessibility and like an elevator and stuff. Oh, I don't know what to tell you. When he starts to pack, honey, he packs protein powder, tarot cards, and condoms. And then it was really bad for us watching. And then we just started to be like, honey, I don't know. Just how do we psychically tell our friend to just like get her out of there, roll her out of there, get her out of that country, honey? Like, no. He knows too. I feel like he knows. I hate it. Protein powder, tarot cards, and condoms. What is his game? Does he like read someone's tarot and then just has been like, I see the Knight of Seven Swords. How tonight I'm going to, I don't know, stab you 7 times. I'm not quite sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Is it for him? He is just like, I'm going to show up, see what it's like to like be romantic with this person. And it makes me really mad. Then, of course, Caleb has a scene with his friend Josh. And Josh and him hug. They're like on some sort of vibe together where Caleb's voice gets real low around his friend. And seems like very like, well, I don't know how much they're going to do together. I don't know, like, if they're going to be able to like work it out with their physical compatibility. It feels like Caleb's whole like I'm open kind of thing is like a direct reaction to like his environment, which does seem very kind of closed by people and sort of like off. Like, but he feels like he wants his like tarot card, open sexualityness to be like kind of like a character that he puts on to make him different, or covering up something else, the affected voice and the like in your face spirituality where it doesn't really seem like truly mindful, but almost again like a character. The obsession with like his body. He pulls a Darcy. So we see him travel, right? After he packs the trifecta, his holy trinity, protein, condoms, and tarots. And he has to freshen up in the bathroom, take off his shirt. I just hate it. Yeah, this is how I would also say it. Caleb is giving this as a fetish. It feels very much like I get to try this thing. I'm excited. For some reason, I'm allowing a film crew to like go with me as I like try this sexual fetish because I want to be famous or seen in some way. I want to be noticed in some way. I'm special in some way. And what I'm not caring about or considerate about is this whole other person that I'm meeting that for some reason I've been talking to for 10 years, and that doesn't make a difference to me. Also, God bless. I know, or I should have a consideration for a sensitivity to the challenges that she's faced before and other relationships she has with people ghosting her and some of the challenges she faces every day because this world isn't accessible to her. But no, I obviously don't have any consideration toward that. I'm Caleb. It's hard. Narc alert, narc alert. Yeah. So last and certainly not least, we have Gringo Bonito and Jasminito. So Jasmine is intense, honey. I don't have to tell you about this, Jasmine, honey. But when Jasmine looks at you, honey, like she has contacts in and she really stares at you. I mean, they found someone with this Jasmine because she is so intense. Jasmine is like a Larissa and Anfisa together. And then also like a little bit on like roids. Both literally and figuratively for like what that means in the sense I said. So Gino travels to Panama, where of course Jasmine's from. Jasmine in Panama looks gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. They talk about it, but oh my God, Panama. I mean, yes, I'll go. Oh my God, it looked pretty. I was like, look, I can't even talk. The beaches, honey. Is that where like the canal is? I mean, what's happening there? It's really pretty. That's not her real eyes. No, those are contacts. You can tell. I wish I could make this bigger for you. Can you? Oh no, I can. I just did that for me, but it just all it does is make it. Lord. Can you see what I'm saying though? That those are not her real eyes. When someone has light eyes, I don't know how I can. I just know it is. The pupil always gives it away. It's the pupil, right? As well as like underneath the blue part, you see black parts. It's like I can't say it other than that. I don't know other than that. I'm like staring into this picture. Okay, so let me go back. Listen, I'm not saying that he's no prize. So I'm not like calling out her, but I'm just saying, if you didn't know, you know. My God. She's an American lit teacher. Was that shocking? A little bit. Sorry. The American lit teacher. I'm sorry. And the American lit teacher was shocking a little bit. Because I was like, oh, are you just like, she's just like constantly like analyzing literature? I wouldn't guess that from the way she looks. And I was judging a book by a cover. And then that's what, she's the one that's actually comprehending the book. And that was, a judgment on me. She says that she was married. She had 2 kids. One's older, one's younger. That makes sense. The older one lives with the dad. The younger one she was raising, but in COVID, the child was having some issues, and then the child then now lives with her mother out in the country where she does not live. And that she, met Gino, that she likes him a lot, that even though they're very different, for instance, she's very healthy, honey, incredibly healthy, and he, likes junk food a lot. God bless. She has never seen him without the hat, and she has no idea what it looks like. She has a roommate. She looks, like I said, she looks like Larissa and Anfisa, like earlier versions of Larissa and Anfisa together, because both those women are on like, Larissa's on like Larissa 4.0, and Anfisa's I think is on 4.0 now too. So some, like version of Larissa at 2.0 and Anfisa at 2.0 also like Paola's muscles. I don't know, Honey, she loves that baby talk with Gino. She loves it. And that baby talk that he gives is high. I mean, truly, truly high. We also get a scene with her friend, and her friend I like a lot. She kind of looks like Anita in this new version of West Side Story. And I'm always just like, you're Jasmine's friend. Like you know Jasmine, like you're here, like your name in your face as being Jasmine's friend, like even for how crazy she is. Jasmine is just incredibly insecure and also feels like every man's going to cheat. And so her way to get around that is to be hyper vigilant about every moment of Gino. as if someone on God's green earth is like, give me 1 moment to steal him away from you, Yasmin, I will. That also makes me mad. I'm like, oh, it's sad that you think that like every man's going to cheat on you. And I think that any man would cheat on you because of how incredibly intense your energy is. It's not that I think that every man should cheat on you. I just don't think anyone would actually want to be with you and be in a relationship with you. Like, I'm sure that you really try sell the sexuality part to get men to stay. And that's like why we're going to get a lot of like exaggerated body features. But your energy is such that I don't think that it's like comfortable enough for someone to like really truly like be able to, grow. I don't know anyone that's like of a right mind that can like deal with that. Got in trouble for the dream comment. LOL. First of all, I just went back to see this. I don't know what the dream comment is. Thank you so much, Robert. The dream comment of, I don't know what you're talking about. I love you. But thank you so much for that super chat. You're great, and Merry Christmas, and I always appreciate you. Thank you. Damn, Chris the read. Yeah. Isn't it easy to read other people and yet like hard to see yourself? This is bad though. I don't like any of this, but I mean, I do like that. Gringo Bonito. So, Jasmine's friends like, I don't know how it's going to deal. I don't know how it's going to work out because, Jasmine likes to, get mad a lot about everything all the time. So, and but one thing they both have in common, even though they don't eat the same kind of food, is they have both of them insane laughs. I mean, crazy laughs. The kind of laughs that is indicative of someone who like isn't all there. We also realized that Gino had lied about his age. He pretended to be like 44 and he's 51. Red flag, nefarious. That's our first thing, because sometimes we look at Gino and we're like, how could this person do anything wrong? Because like you're like, I mean, you should be so happy to be touched. But he starts to do things wrong. And one thing is that like you're lying about your age. Men are cheaters and men are liars. No, I'm just kidding, I don't know. But at the same time, she shouldn't trust him. But it's I don't know. It's because I don't think anyone should trust both of you. She gets into a pink snakeskin and lipstick combo. She also at one point says physical appearance is important, but connection is what's most important. And it's so funny to me that like both of them have said different ways that physical attraction is either important or not important in this connection. Well, is it or is it not? Because on one side, one of you is really getting that, and the other side, the opposite. So he is going to, come to her country, Panama, the beautiful Panama, and he gets off his plane, honey, and he is really strolling through this airport. She's like, I can't wait to see him. She's like, waiting for him outside of baggage claim. And then they see each other, and he's like, Jasmine, look at you. I mean, and she's like, I think pleased with the way he looks. I'm not quite sure. At first, yes. Gino has done some things with the glasses, I think, in the hat that does better things than things without the glasses in the hat. I think now, as I have brought up in pictures, like Gino absolutely could use like a serious like makeover in the sense that like none of these clothes fit, and men don't know how to dress sometimes, and that's not their fault. I don't think it's their fault. I don't think that it's sometimes straight men's fault if they don't know how to dress very well, or they don't have good pictures of themselves. And so when I internet date, I have to like sometimes think about that. Now it is their fault if when confronted with someone who has good taste, they don't agree and thusly like let someone take care of that because, he's like, look at you. He's just staring at her boobs. He's just like, you really take care of yourself. And she's just like, you're really here. And he's like, I can't believe I'm here and all that stuff. So are we going to talk about the Gino escort tea? Well, what are you talking about, honey? What are you talking about? Because the only tea I know happens in the later super teaser of him like having shown Jasmine's like nudie pics to all his friends. So now I'm going to look up Gino and escort, and if I find some story, I'll talk about it right now. But yeah, pretty much she's just like, I'm going to get you home. They get in the car. I'm going to get you home and we're going to bone. He's just like, he hasn't like boned in a minute. And he has all of those maybe blue pills, but we know they're not really like blue pills. We don't know what they are, honey. Like, and then at the same time, he's like hiding those pills and she's also hiding the fact that she's on birth control because, okay, well, this is crazy. So then they get to the hotel and it's super, super awkward. And as Wah hates the most, he gets his suitcase and just puts it on the bed and starts unpacking, okay? And he brought her a present. What kind of present? It's one of those big Ed presents, honey. He gets her a toothbrush. Now, at least this toothbrush is mechanical, but it has one dumbass, like, what's the word? Ribbon on it, stuck ribbon. That's not a gift, honey. Don't give her that as a gift. You can't be like, I bought one for me, I bought one for you, and then give her a real gift that's like, wrapped, that's like something better. But the other thing, honey, oh wait, that's not it. Oh no, I looked up Gino escort and I got a lot of things I didn't want to see. 90 day. Okay, wait. The other thing is that he gives her pregnancy tests because his thing, honey, is that he just wants a baby right now. So he's gonna get there and they want to be like boning because he bought all the blue pills, honey. He doesn't want to like, he already bought them. He wants to be boning and putting a baby in her and then just be able to come back with like a clear blue and show all his dads and be like, I'm moving out. I get to move out now. You're making your own pancakes. You can make them as fluffy as you want. I think that baby inside that Jasmine is his ticket out, and he needs a ticket out. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, why is it? Wait, what are you, Ania? What are you talking about? That girl that he sent the pictures to exposed everything on Reddit. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, I got it. Sorry, this post was deleted by the person who originally posted it. No. I know. Why isn't it showing me like news then about this? Screen Rant should have news or something. Help me. Someone help me. What do you know about this? Let's talk about Kareem choking Paul. Okay, well, I have that too. Okay, no, I that's what I have things for that. So I was going to, but this thing was new. Ania. She would just like literally scroll. God. Yeah, Reddit. Okay. Okay. I'm not finding escort, so I'm gonna have to like get rid of Reddit. I just have to find what I hopefully will find is like a news story about it. But there's not. I'm really upset. Scroll to the comments. Yeah, well, I read her comment. Yeah, I read her comment about the Reddit thing, but then I went to the Reddit page, my loves, and it was deleted. That's what I'm saying. I tried. Yeah, it's a lead-in. Sounds like Gino's a trick who pays for the company. Woman believes they actually like him instead of being just a job for them. Okay, so okay. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know exactly what it happens, but it seems like he has used the services of professional women before and maybe has gotten lost a little bit in the fantasy of what they're providing because one thing about me, and I don't talk about it enough, but you should know that my whole life I've been completely intrigued by the life, many different lives of women who have worked in prostitution. And so like one whole thing, so like there's many different ways to say that. So yes, that's true. And then like from like I've always being obsessed with like Heidi Fleiss or the Mayflower Madam to like every episode of Cat House I ever could watch like 1 billion times. But and from like courtesans to high class call girls, like from like, just like those, remember like Hookers at the Point, like HBO, like I cannot get enough of it. So, and I'm sorry, but this is true. Sexuality and gender are very interesting, and I'm not alone in just being like somewhat obsessive. So it's like a part of human nature that I find very interesting, and just like the transactional nature of it and the basicness of it, like it's a primitiveness that I just like I can't get over. So, but one whole thing about that in like modern times is like the girlfriend experience or whatever. And so the girlfriend experience being like something that a sex professional, sex worker can provide for men, which is more of like an intimate kind of like playful maybe, or like experience that one might have with, a girlfriend, like a woman that is not just a one night stand or a sexual connection, but like something that almost feigns to be emotional in some way. And I can assume that Gino probably, yeah, that would make sense, So, yes, Jasmine has 2 children, and I don't know. Hunts Point was great. Visited a location where I live in. Yeah, when I lived in New York. Yeah, Wait, I'm gonna cough. I got 2 aunts, they're deceased, that were sex workers, and one uncle who owned a brothel. I want every story. I want every story. Don't you want to see what they look like? I mean, like what? And like what their lives are like and where they lived. And I mean, like, it's just, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm not alone, obviously. Like, like you really can just like deep dive into characters throughout every cinematic television show, narrative, book that are sex workers. It's just like the whole thing. They were absolutely amazing people. I just so be like, tell me. I didn't, I want like a billion more information about that. Like, where do they work? Like, what their lives were like what, I must have been a sex worker in a past life. Like I would never, I can't do it now. And the reason why is just like, just who I am as a person. It wouldn't work for me. But I have obviously such a fascination with it. One was pretty thin. One was a pretty thin one, and the other big breasts, big butt. Did they share clients? Not at the same time, gross. But like, the same person, like 1 week one week the other. That's what I need to know. You'd like the Netflix series Sky Rojo. It's very theatrical and around a Spanish brothel. Okay, great. Yeah, I would. Okay, so let me put up this. So, I mean, what can we do with Paul and Carini? So, let's read it. You've tried everything. This is Carini. And when I say it all, it's everything you can imagine. And then some. I've been attacked countless times. And at no time have I spoken or debated anything I find irrelevant. No one is in my shoes. No one lives my life. You only know what heat talk manipulates. Last night, I woke up and reflected on everything I've been through, and a lot of it was for the love of my kids and always will be for them, and that will never change. I woke up with my mind. I asked for divorce, and that is divorce, knowing what will happen to me, I don't know, but God knows. At the moment, I just want to be with my family and especially my mother to go back home and restart my life. Another day, I'll get back to talk to you guys. Starting day, I'm going to vent and say everything, every commas and dot in the I's. Thank you in advance for your support. Kisses, mine, whatever. Do you know when you tried everything? And when I say everything, it's everything you can imagine. And then some, several times I received attacks, and in no time I spoke or debated about something. I think it is irrelevant. No one is in my place. No one lives my life. They only know what he speaks manipulates. The night before I spent awake, I'm reflecting. Oh, wait, is this written twice? Yeah. Oh my God, am I reading the same thing over again? Oh, I am. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, for I'm literally I'm so sorry. How long would I have gone? I love you guys. Look up Screen Rant Gino 90-day extra emails. Okay. So with that situation, I mean, not little, they are incredibly toxic the entire time. So there's not much I can do about that. It seems like they should have been not together for a long time. And so if they're, claiming abuse back and forth, let's get her back home, honey. Because I always liked her mom. You're fetishizing a profession with the highest percentage of abuse, exploitation, violence, and homicide, mostly done by traumatized women with PTSD. There are two sides to every story, and I completely know where you're coming from. I've also done work with sex workers and their rights. So it's not that I know I didn't speak about that just now. And so there's a well-rounded viewpoint on how prostitution has been has worked throughout the centuries and definitely used in the sexual exploitation of females and young people and men. And I understand that. And but I support sex workers' rights so that for people who want to work in that field, that they are given opportunities so that they make their own money and such. It's not it's a very complex historical issue. I want to look at, okay, so, oh my God, what did Gabby say? Wait, let me pull it up so I can actually freaking do it. Look up Screen Rant Gino 90-day ex-girlfriend emails. Screen Rant Gino 90-day, sorry. 90 Faye. Ex-girlfriend. Fires back at ex-girlfriend leaking his creepy emails. Okay. There might be 2. Is that what it is? Okay, so the first thing came, 90-day fiancé Jasmine Panida claims Gino Palazzolo's ex is harassing her, while Jasmine from Panama is new to the 90-day world. She's being engulfed in the drama and on Instagram of his ex. So first, I'll go to both articles. So I'm reading this off for right now, Screen Rant. Jasmine Panida shocked Instagram fans by revealing that his ex, Gino's ex, who happens to be an adult film actress, is harassing her. While fans were getting creeped out by Gino packing his secret blue pills to take to Panama, Jasmine was busy posting stories about his ex on social media. Panama-based woman Jasmine has shown many red flags to trans thus far who witnessed her jealousy issues and wondering if he's just using them for the money. Shortly after Jasmine made her big reality TV debut, she happened to post a series of stories on Instagram speaking about Gino's ex. Lynn Edick, known as Lynn Ryder in the adult film industry, wife of Eric Edick and mother of 2 beautiful boys, this is the last time I asked you to leave me alone. If all this time you've used harassing me, you have Use it to be with your family as you should. Things will be so different right now for them. Jasmine added. Jasmine wrote about having done nothing to the woman who apparently used her as a trampoline to get people to buy her adult films. In the next story, she alleged that the woman is desperate to get something from the show, but also told her, don't use me. Why say her name? So a 90 Day fan on Reddit, Saralto, shared a couple of screenshots of Jasmine's stories where fans discussed that she may be doing some attention seeking, but some also conclude that Gino had some weird issues with his exes, considering the nudes of Jasmine he sent to his first wife. So even more evidence that Gino is creepy loser, wrote user, but even Jasmine's controlling nature and extreme demands have not fetched her any sympathy from fans. Okay, so that's the first one. And then his ex fires back. This is, I guess, the girlfriend. Let me go to. Oh my God. Oh, give me a second. Oh, how weird. Okay. I'm trying to read. I'm the part. No. Okay, so in the trailer, right, Jasmine can be seen confronting Gino about some intimate photos of her he sent to his ex. I didn't realize it was the ex, so he sent it to his ex. Oh my God, you've broken my heart. Jasmine tells Gino as she walks up in tears. And then the Reddit post appears to have been deleted, but since then, a 90-day news page called True Crime Janky shared screenshots of it on Instagram. A woman who Gino dated is exposing him to the post caption. The screenshots now show emails a woman has received on January 7th, 2018 from an email account named Gino Sports, which has a photo of Gino and a person who could be the same woman, Lindsay, with the text, "A pic is worth 1,000 words." A different screenshot appears to be a conversation between the mystery woman and Gino, where she's saying that she doesn't care about Gino's pay for dating life and that she wants to block him from emailing her. "Yes, but I give bonuses for girls that I trust and are worthy of it," says a reply from Gino Sports. It continues, "Or them taking shopping just because I do. I pay 300 for a sleepover type situation." Interesting, Gino himself jumped in True Crime Janky's comments to defend himself, and he claims that the woman and his ex who is desperate for fame. So, it's like a picture of him and some woman, and then screenshots, right? No way blocking you from emailing me or would have done that previously. I honestly do not give a one single F about you or your pathetic pay for dating life. And then him, saying the thing I just said about he gives bonuses. Gina posted that these are messages from my ex-girlfriend again, 4 years ago, prior to meeting Jasmine. He mentioned that this ex of his was also sharing messages on Reddit and that she wants to bring attention to herself. A confused fan of the comments asked, "Bonuses 300? Was this dating or escorting?" This is when automotive engineer Gino confirmed the 300 comment was to piss off my ex-girlfriend off only. He supposedly wanted to make her jealous, but Gino also admitted that it was immaturity really on his part as well. Meanwhile, Jasmine took to her own Instagram stories to say that he's not wanting to give any person any free marketing because that's the worst human on earth, even though she said her whole name. Someone who makes fun of kids with special needs. And I'm not just talking about her own kid. Like if she was like, why are you with your kid? Jasmine mentioned that she won't be speaking any further on the topic, but had previously claimed that Gino's ex-girlfriend is an adult film star who's harassing her. Okay, so that is that. Anyway, Gino was offering her 300 a night, and then when she declined, he became obsessed with her. Oh. Anyway, I love you guys. It's been talking for an hour and a half, and I can hear my dad is watching TV in his room. I feel bad. It's 3:00. That is the drama happening in that world, my loves. Can you believe it? I'm glad I got that to talk to you about that. I know it's Tuesday, so I'm really late for that, and I'm sorry. It's because, again, as I said, I had that party, and then I needed to decompress and also clean up and everything like that, So I really appreciate your patience, but I want to do a couple more lives this week because I have nothing going on. I want to do some lives where we're either baking together or doing some fun other activities. And I know I haven't done a following, but I really was just so obsessed with my party that I wasn't following anything but Christmas decorations and cheese. So, who are your favorites so far? Well, we don't even know. Okay, so it's still like crazy. Like we don't even know that blonde lady who really likes Asian men who has yellow fever. And that looks like a whole storyline. We also don't know like the tall guy that's gonna be dating some young girl and like thinks it's okay because of Christ. But definitely Gino and Jasmine are so far really it. And I am scared for Alina, so I'm like scared. I have a bad sinking feeling in my heart, so I like almost don't want to see their segments. I mean Mike and Hamina I like, so but I'm scared for Mike too, and because Hamina really looks like, honey, she doesn't give a one F. Memphis is being cringy. Kim and Usman are exciting to me. So Gino and Jasmine and Kim and Usman. Because I can kind of like not care about Kim and Usman. They're both making bad choices. I don't have to like feel bad about whatever happens to either one of them. You know? Yeah. Bet you the Asian one thing doesn't go very far. Maybe that's why we're not seeing her. Yeah. Absolutely. Like you can kind of see like, okay, if they don't need, however, the entire episode numbers to like have the arc, then maybe the arc isn't that big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if for any reason. Like Williams, like that was not a good arc, right? Like there wasn't a lot. Like I think they came on or they ended that storyline because it's like it would be like 12 episodes of trying to make something work that should not work. Yes, more lives. I need the company. So tell me what kind of lives I want to do this week or whatever. Like I could do like a makeup live, you know, I could do like a cooking live. People always talk about cooking live, which I said like that's why I was at baking live. I know there's guys here like makeup live. I don't know. You tell me. Thank you so much for like honestly all your comments and being here and liking this video. Thank you so much for my replay gang and the people that like comment on the video after it goes up because that is incredibly necessary and I really see it and I appreciate it. I mean, let's talk about it. I just like can't believe this year's gone by. Can't believe it's already done. Can't believe it. We are moving into 2022. Just moving into it. Got to get ready. Got to leave behind what didn't work for us. Make some choices. Be real. Take care of ourselves. Move forward. Are you drinking water? I love you guys so much. And yeah, I really, really obviously hope that you're just like taking time to like surround yourself with love and warmth. Comfort, love, and warmth, you know? Comfort, love, and warmth, like from friends, from family, good food, cozy pajamas, comfortable socks, cozy times in, safety, stability. I hope that and want that for you. It's really interesting to see the ramifications of people who were not granted the ability to feel safe and secure in early stages of their life and the way that permeates their life into adulthood. I don't know what is the gift of like stability and security. It's not like, I think that obviously there's financial components to that. And there's also emotional stability components of the people that can provide the emotional stability for that to happen for all involved. As, you know, the parents or whatnot. Because like there's I think that some amount of money is important so you can have a roof over your head that you don't have to worry about the roof's going to always be going. You don't need to be like super rich though, right? You really just need to have like the emotional stability of a family that cares for you, that shows up and that wants the best for you, that treats you, with consideration and stuff like that. People long for that so much. In the holiday times, it becomes magnetized in such a way. And in these situations with these people, you're like, oh, you can see also like how they make choices to fill that void and that need. And I think that you can fill it sometimes, but I mean, the truth of the matter is you heal that within yourself. So can you believe it? I love you guys so much. I really just again, wish you the best, wish you warmth, health, comfort, stability, peace, security, whatever that means to you. Love, love, and love. Take care of yourselves and one another. Oh, I forgot. You can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Oh, I'm at Chris L. Farah. Like this video, subscribe. Private Facebook group. That's Vanity Farah. Having said all that, yes, take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art, okay? And there's a lot of fun little art things you can be making for the holidays. So another thing I wanted to do was like clove oranges with you guys live. Maybe I can do that. Okay, so I love you. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate your engagement and presence here. And thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.